Hello my dear students, welcome in my channel. Myself Miss Vaishali Dekate. We will be studying mathematics of standard 7, lesson number 5, operations on rational numbers. Today we are going to study practice set 24. So let's start. Practice set 24. Question is, write the following rational numbers in decimal form. We have given the rational numbers and we have to convert these rational numbers in decimal form. So let us see how to solve these sums. First sum is 13 upon 4. 13 in the numerator, 4 in the denominator. That means what we have to do, we have to divide 13 by 4. 4 is in the denominator, so 4 will become our divisor. Let us write here. 13 is dividend and 4 is divisor. Number written inside is known as dividend. Number written outside is known as divisor. The answer we get here at the top is known as quotient, and in below whatever is remaining is known as remainder. So let us start. 4 3s are 12. 3 we are getting in the quotient. Subtract 13 minus 12, we will get 1. Now this 1 is smaller than 4. The remainder is 1. We are getting the remainder 1. But this remainder 1 is smaller than 4. So what we will be doing, we will put 0 after this 1, and for this 0 we will put a decimal point in the quotient. Then we divide again. 4 2s are 8. 4 2s are 8. 10 minus 8 we get 2. Now again 2 we are getting. Our remainder is not 0. We are not getting remainder 0. So again after 2 we will put 0. But for this 0, we are not going to put the decimal point in the quotient. Decimal point we have to put one time only. One and only one time. We are not going to put decimal point again and again and again. It should be placed one time only. Now, again, see that. Divide 20 by 4. 4 5s are 20. 20 minus 20, we are getting 0. So now the remainder is 0. Quotient we are getting 3.25. So when we get remainder 0, such a type of decimal form is known as terminating decimal form. Because here the remainder 0, we have obtained 0 as the remainder. And this type of decimal form of rational number is called terminating decimal form. So write the answer. Therefore, 13 upon 4 is equal to 3.25. So decimal form of this rational number is 3.25. So we have converted the rational number in decimal form. This is known as decimal form, terminating decimal form, and in this way you can write the answer of this sum. Now let us see the second sum. Second sum is minus 7 upon 8. Minus 7 upon 8. While doing the division method, we are not going to put minus sign. Minus sign we will put directly in the answer. So 8 is in the denominator, 7 is in the numerator. So 8 should be divisor. 8 we have to write in the divisor. 7 is our dividend. Now see children, 7 is smaller than 8. So we cannot divide 7 by 8. So we put a 0 first. 8 zeros are 0 here. Then minus 7 minus 0 is 7. Why we have to put like this? Because 7 is smaller than 8, because the dividend is smaller than divisor. For that, first we have to divide by 0. 8 zeros are 0, like this. After getting the remainder 7, we put 0 after 7. For this 0, we will put a decimal point in the quotient. Now, divide 70 by 8. Yes, 70 by 8, what we will be getting? 8 8s are 64. 8 8s are 64. 70 minus 64, we will get 6. Then again we are getting the remainder which is not 0. So when the remainder is not 0, we have to keep on solving after writing 0. So after 6 we have to write 0, it becomes 60. Now divide 60 by 8, what we will be getting? 8 7s are 56. Again put the minus sign. 60 minus 56, we get 4. Again the remainder is not 0. So again we put 0 after 4. Then 8 divide 40 by 8. So 8 5s are 40. 40 minus 40, remainder we are getting 0. And again this is a terminating decimal form. So write the answer. Therefore, minus 7 upon 8 is equal to, now minus sign is there, so in answer also we write the minus sign, minus 0.875. In this way, we have to write the answers of these sums. Third sum, 7 integer 3 upon 5. If you see, what we can see here, it is a mixed fraction. That means what? We have to convert this mixed fraction into simple fraction. After that only we can divide numerator by denominator. So first we have to convert it. You all know how to convert. Integer multiply by denominator. That means 7 multiply by 5 plus numerator. And upon denominator as it is we write 7 5s are 35 plus 3. Upon 5 as it is we have to write 35 plus 3 is 38. 38 upon 5. So the conversion of mixed fraction into simple fraction we have done. Now we can divide. Now we can convert it into the decimal form. So 38 upon 5 means 38 divided by 5. 38 is our dividend. 5 is the divisor. Now divide. 5 7s are 35. 38 minus 35. Remainder is 3. Now 3 is smaller than 5. 3 is non-zero. We are not getting remainder 0. That means we have to put a 0 after this 3. Now again divide. For this 0 we will put a point in the quotient. This is decimal point for this 0. Now 5 6 are 30. 5 6 are 30. 30 minus 30 is 0. Now remainder we are getting 0. So after this we cannot solve the sum. Our answer is 38 upon 5 is equal to 7.6. But this 38 upon 5 we have got by calculating this mixed fraction 7 integer 3 upon 5. So we will be writing 7 integer 3 upon 5 is equal to 7.6. Therefore sign we have to put and then put a box to the answer. This is our answer. Now let us see next sum. Sum number 4. Fourth sum is 5 upon 12. That means 5 is in the numerator, 12 is in the denominator. So 5 we have to write in the dividend now. And 12 will be our divisor. Now our dividend is smaller than divisor. So what we do first? We write a 0. We put 0 here. We put 0 in the quotient. Minus sign. 5 minus 0 is 5. When the dividend is smaller than the divisor, we have to first put 0. First step should be 0. Okay. Then we have got 5 in the remainder. That means we are not getting 0. So we have to put a 0 after this 5. For this 0, we put decimal point. Now divide 50 by 12. 12 fours are 48. 2 remaining. Now 2 is not 0. That means our remainder is not 0. That means we have to put a 0 after this 2. Divide 20 by 12. 12 ones are 12. 20 minus 12 is 8. Then 8 is not 0. That means we have to put a 0. Correct? Then divide 80 by 12. Say 12's table, we will be getting 12 6 are 72. 80 minus 72, we are getting 8. Okay. Now see children, here what will happen if I put a 0 after this 80, after this 8, we will be getting 80. Okay. I am going to show you by using my pencil. If I put a 0 here, what will happen? We will get 80. Again 12 6 are 72 we will be writing, minus sign. Then 80 minus 72 we will be getting 8 again. Again after 8 we will put a 0. Again 12 6 are 72. That means every time we are going to get 8 in the remainder, and when we put 0 we will get 80, and when we divide this 80 by 12 we will be getting 6 in the quotient. That means 6 is coming again and again. That means what? 6 is recurring. That means what? We are not getting 0 in the remainder. When the 0 is not getting in the remainder, when the remainder is repeatedly coming again and again, and when we are getting same quotient again and again, same digit again and again in the quotient, such a type of decimal form is known as non-terminating decimal form. Okay. So this is the answer. We should not solve after this, because if you solve, same steps will be coming again and again. So do not solve after this. We have to stop here only and write the answer. 5 upon 12 is equal to 0.416. Now this 6 is recurring. Recurring means it is coming again and again, and that's why on the top of this 6 we will put a point. What does it means? It means recurring. 6 recurring. Okay. So 6 is recurring, and this decimal form is known as non-terminating decimal form. Fifth sum, 22 upon 7. That means 22 divided by 7. So divide 22 by 7. 22 we are going to write in the quotient, in the dividend, 7 in the divisor. Now divide. The dividend is bigger than 7, bigger than divisor, so we don't need to put 0 first. We can directly divide it. 7 3s are 21. 22 minus 21, 1 we will be getting in the remainder. Now remainder is not 0. That means we will be writing 0 after this 1. Now for this 0 we will put a decimal point in the quotient. Now divide 10 by 7. We will write 7 ones are 7. 10 minus 7, 3 is remainder. That means it is not 0. That means we have to put 0 after this 3. Now divide 30 by 7. 7 4s are 28. 2 is the remainder. That means it is not 0. We have to put a 0 after this 2. Now again divide 20 by 7. 7 2s are 14. Put a minus sign. 20 minus 14. 6 is the remainder. Again it is not 0. That means we have to put a 0 after 6. divide 60 by 7. 60 by 7, what we will be getting? Yes, 7 8s are 56. So 60 minus 56, 4 is remaining. Again the remainder is not 0. That means again we have to put a 0 after 4. Then again divide. 7 5s are 35. Okay. Now we are getting 35. That means minus 35, 40 minus 35, we will be getting 5 in the remainder. 5 is again not 0. That means we have to put a 0 after 5. Divide 50 by 7. 50 by 7, 7 7s are 49. I will be writing 7 here. 49, 50 minus 49, I will be getting 1. Now see children, this 1 has come again after this second step. In the second step, 1 was there. We were getting 1 in the second step. Now here again 7 has come. Now what will happen? If I put a 0 after 1, I will be getting 10. I will divide 10 by 7. So 7 ones are 7. Then again 10 minus 7. That means these full steps, all these steps will be repetitively coming again and again. Correct? So if I put a 0 after this 1, what will happen? I will have to write 7 ones are 7. That means 1 will come in the quotient. Then 10 minus 7, I will be getting 3. 10 minus 7, I will be getting 3. Then 3, I will put a 0, and then I will be writing 7 4s are 28. That means 4 will come again. Then after subtracting 28 from 30, I will be getting 2. Then I have to put a 0. That means what I wanted to tell you, all these steps we will be getting repetitively again and again. So when one such a number is coming, that means what? All the steps are coming again and again. That means what? All these numbers in the quotient will come in again and again. That means this full group of numbers is coming again and again. So this is also non-terminating decimal form. So when the group of number is coming again and again, what we have to do while writing the answer? We will be writing as 22 upon 7 is equal to 3.142857. We will put a bar, that is a horizontal line, on this full group of numbers. Okay. And in previous sum, what we have done, because in the previous sum, only this digit 6 was recurring, we have put this point on 6 only. But here in this sum, all this digit, this group of number is recurring, and that's why we have to put a bar over this full group of numbers. So this is the answer for this sum. 6th sum, 4 upon 3. That means we have to divide 4 by 3. Correct? 4 is in the numerator, 3 is in the denominator. 4 we have to write in the dividend, 3 is in the divisor. So divide 3 ones are 3. 4 minus 3, 1 remaining. 1 is the smaller number. That means 1 is non-zero number. So we have to put 0 after 1. Now at 0 we have written here. So we have to put decimal point for this 0. Now 3 3s are 9. 10 minus 9, we will get 1. So if you put 0 after 1, what we will be getting? 10 again. Again we will be writing 3 3s are 9. Again 3 will come. Again 10 minus 9, we will get 1 here. Again we will put 0. Again 3 3s are 9. Again 3 will come. So in this way 3 is repetitively coming again and again. Such type of decimal form is known as non-terminating decimal form, and in quotient we are getting 3 again and again. That means what? 3 is recurring. So while writing the answer of this sum, how to write? 4 upon 3 is equal to 1.3. 3 is coming again and again, so we have to put a point on this 3. In this way you can write the answer of this sum. Now see the last sum, 7 sum, 7 upon 9. That means 7 divided by 9. So divide 7 by 9. So 7 will be the dividend and 9 is the divisor. As 7 is smaller than 9, dividend is smaller than 9. First step we write 0. Then in quotient also we will be writing 0. 7 minus 0, 7 we are getting. Now non-zero remainder, that means we have to put a 0 after 7. For this 0 we put a decimal point in the quotient. Now divide. 9 sevens are 63. 9 sevens are 63. 70 minus 63, remainder is 7. Now see children, again what will happen if I put a 0 after this 7, I will be getting 70. Divide 70 by 9, we will be getting 9 sevens are 63. Correct? 9 sevens are 63. Again 70 minus 63, 7 will come. Again we have to put a 0. Again if you divide this 70 by 9, we will be getting 9 sevens are 63. That means what? This 7 is recurring in the quotient, and this all these steps will be repetitively coming again and again. So we have to stop here only. We should not solve after this. We will put a point on the 7 and then we can write the answer. Therefore 7 upon 9 is equal to 0.7 recurring. And this is the answer. In this way, all the sums of practice set 24 can be solved.
Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe by pressing subscribe button.